guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I'm doing like a happy dance because I'm super excited about today. We're going to be doing eye swatches of Rare Beauty. This is my first time doing eye swatches of Rare Beauty, and actually I think that these are the first Rare Beauty eyeshadow palettes, which is really exciting, and I think it's gonna be really fun, and the palettes look really pretty. Like, I'm excited to get into these actually. But before we get into those eye swatches, I want to say today's video is sponsored by Good Habits. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with their skincare, but if you're not, I'm going to tell you a few things about them and show you my favorite two things that I've tried so far. And I've tried a lot. These are my top two. They've all been great, but these two, oh my gosh. I mean, look at my skin right now. I know I have makeup on, I know, but if you followed me, you know that I have texture. Like, I have really bad texture, and I think my skin looks so good. I don't mean to brag, but it's just someone who's grown up with not the best skin. When you're having a good skin moment, there's like nothing better in the world. So as I said, these are by Good Habits. Both of these products are from their Rescue Me collection. This is really meant to soothe your skin. It's good for all skin types. This is actually a blue light protection line. A lot of you have probably heard about blue light. I feel like in the past few years, it's really been researched and focused on a whole lot. I mean, you can even buy glasses now to protect yourself against blue light. I have a few, but basically, if you don't know, blue light is the light that comes from your screens, all your digital devices, your iPhones, your laptops, your tablets, everything like that. It does produce a blue light, and I learned some terrifying facts about blue light that I'm going to share with you guys right now. This is just something I wanted to tell you myself, and it's going to scare the crap out of you like it did me. So blue light actually damages your skin similar to UV rays, and blue light is said to penetrate deeper than even the UV rays do, which is like, what? Because it's not a glaring sun, it's just literally your iPad or your phone. And how many times a day do we look at that? Like a ton. This is what terrified me. This number here, I'm reading it straight off the web here. 1 hour in front of a screen equals 15 minutes unprotected in the sun. I didn't even once think about the lights coming from my screens, and I'm on my computer all freaking day. So it's really nice to have a product that can protect you against that. And like I said, that's what this entire Good Habit line is. So first I want to start off with this bad boy because this has been just fantastic. It feels so good. This is the Rescue Me Glow Potion Oil Serum. And I think that's the coolest name. And you can see there's kind of 3 levels of product in here. Give her a little shake, and then it looks like that. It is just, it's the coolest. I'm obsessed with it. This has that protective anti-blue light technology in it. I think they call it the Blue 5 technology. They have their own system that they've created to protect your skin, and not only protect it, but also help any concerns that you have. It's not just an oil or a serum, it's a triple oil serum essence mixture, kind of like a little skincare cocktail. It's actually made for sensitive skin, so whether you're dry, oily, anything, you shouldn't have any issues with these products. It helps slow the aging process, again, protects your skin, hydrates you. It has hyaluronic acid, blue tansy, a lot of fancy, really nice ingredients that I can't even pronounce. It's just a wonderful all-over protection oil serum hybrid. It's fantastic. My other favorite thing that I've been using is the Rescue Me Water Jelly Dew Cream. This is so wonderful in the morning. It is so refreshing. Oh, it smells so good. Not like fragrant, but natural, you know? And this is what it looks like here. It's literally like a jelly, like you can shake it. Fantastic, you guys. I cannot even express to you how much I love this. It's super lightweight, but extremely moisturizing, hydrating. Plus, again, it has that anti-blue light protection, which I think is so important for all of us little digital creatures that we've turned into. What a generation this is. I mean, we grew up on freaking phones and iPads and things like that. So these products together will help you brighten dark spots. They help with acne. They're still super hydrating. They have hyaluronic acid. Helps with your skin tone, your texture. Do not ignore the blue light. Definitely look into it for yourself, you guys. I was looking up facts online and I was terrified. But luckily, Good Habit exists and they can help protect our skin from the evil blue lights. Check out Good Habit. I will link them down below for you guys. I also have a discount code for you guys. You can save 15% off your first order with my code, so I will link that down below for you. Check them out. They are fantastic. Now let's get into these eye swatches. As I said, we have 2 palettes. I love the packaging of them. Sorry, the light, I'm like trying to hide them from the light because it's so bright and shiny and that's gotta be annoying. This here is the Magnetic Spirit palette, and then we have Confident Energy palette. Yes, she does look confident, doesn't she, with her bright blues and greens? I'm curious, so let's go ahead and get started. We're zoomed in. Which palette should we start with? I'll be honest with you guys, I think I want to start with Confident Energy. These colors are speaking to me. I love bronzies, greens, you know. Yeah, I think we'll start with this one. Just turned off my overhead light there because it, you know, helps us see a little bit better and it's not so blinding in here. I never know how to read the shadows on the back, like how they're laid out. Like, should I just go in order that they're laid out in the front? I think the first one is called Trust, which would be this one if I'm looking at it like from the back. Sorry if I'm wrong on that. I could be. I never know how to read these. And I believe it is powder. Oh, but it feels kind of creamy actually. Wait, is this a cream or a powder? I think you can use it either way, but I feel like it's more creamy. Not as creamy as the Super Shock shadows, but it feels creamy. So that's nice because when I looked at these, I was hoping they weren't too dry and powdery. Whoa, they are not dry and powdery at all. Holy guacamole. Okay, but I do think they're more of a powder than a cream, but they are so divine. Like the creamiest powdered shadow you could ever imagine. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed. I wasn't expecting this. Believe it or not, I was not expecting it to be this much of a wow moment, but it is super wow. So there it is with a dry brush. We're going to wet the brush now so you can see it like that. Okay, Selena. Okay, Rare Beauty. I know this is our first shadow so far, but wow. Wow. Look at that. It's glossy. It's glowy. It is so beautifully high shine. Oh no, I dropped it. No! Please be okay. It's okay. She got a little damaged. I just dropped the palette and she got a little damaged in a few spots, but she's okay. Anyway, that is the first shade called Trust. Okay, so I do want to point out that that green stained my lid a lot, which is expected with bright colors. I'm not saying that as a downfall. I just wanted to let you know so you have that information. I am a little nervous to see how this blue is gonna do since the green stained so much. Okay, so here's the next shade. Look at this. I mean, this looks fantastic. Can I tell you guys that Luke and I last night went to like a trivia night thing that they have, you know, at restaurants and things? COVID friendly, very safe. Had to buy tickets to it like way in advance because they had so few people there, which I really appreciate. All right, let's get packing this on. One of the questions was, what is December's birthstone? And I was like, oh, turquoise, because I was born in December, so I know my birthstone is turquoise. And she said, she confused me and I questioned my whole existence because she follows up by saying, not the color, but what is the actual stone called? And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Like, the color's turquoise and the stone is also called turquoise. She was like, a lot of people might get this one wrong, but it's the stone, it's not the color. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what could it be? It's both answers are turquoise. So then finally we get to the answer part and she's like, December's birthstone is turquoise. And I was like, yeah, like, why did you add that extra bit in then? Like, maybe for people who are, like, general and would just say, like, blue. But you asked, what is December's birthstone? It's turquoise. I don't know. I don't think anyone got that one wrong. And she thought she was really stunting on everybody. She thought she was really going to trick everyone on that one. And then we got the answer, and I was like, duh. This is so damn beautiful. I'm part of my French. It is so gorgeous. Look at that color. Okay, let's wet the brush. Wow. This, oh, I know we're only 2 shades in, but wow, I would be sad to pass these up. I almost didn't even do this live swatching video because I just didn't know how I felt about them, and I am so glad I did because this is something absolutely fantastic. I'm like getting more excited as this video goes on because I think the shades are just gonna get better and better. Okay, so staining, lid staining is going to be a thing with these shadows. Just be aware of that. I mean, it would just be impossible to avoid, I'm sure, because they're so like inky, pigmented. Okay, so we're getting into the next shade here. I'm just not saying the names now because I don't know what order they go in, you know what I mean? Gosh, I hope that blue's not gonna affect it much. I'm so sorry, you guys. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. I hate to be boring, but I love my browns and my burgundies and my coppers, and any shade like this I think is just so sexy. I feel like a tigress when I wear colors like this, and you should too. You should always feel like a tigress or a tiger, no matter what colors you wear. But I will say, if I was gonna pick one, it would be these. This palette is an absolute yes for me. Let me wet my brush. My heart can't take that. Are you kidding me? That is so freaking beautiful. Look at, hi, hello. I'm a glowing angel. How are you? Selena, Rare Beauty, you are on fire. You are on fire. This is amazing. I have no words. I have no words. There it is. It's freaking stunning. All right, the next shade I'm really excited about. It looks kind of like a gold, possibly a little bit of like an olivey gold. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's so pretty. I want to get in there with my finger. I've been having fun just kind of swapping back and forth for each shade, like with the brush and with the finger. It's one of those really, almost like malleable. It's really easy to work with. It feels good. No matter what you use it with, your fingers or a brush, you're going to get a beautiful application. I would have really loved an olivey touch to it. A lot of people seem to say that they felt like they already have these colors in their collection, which I agree. I think we all probably have at least a few of these colors in our collections. The difference is the formula, the finish, the high shine, the high metallic of it. I mean, it's just remarkable. It really, really is. So though you might have similar colors, if you want something, you know, bold, or take a look at your collection. If there's a color you really like here, see if you have something that'll work for it and be just as good. But I will say, though they're not super unique colors, the formula here is what is the wow factor. It is so intense, high shine, metallic-y goodness. I just had to stop filming to eat dinner. Alok made me the most amazing pizza, and now I have like food baby, food coma, so sleepy, so full. Okay, we're getting into the next shade, Willpower. Again, if I'm reading them in the right direction. I don't know why the back of eyeshadow palettes always confuse me so much. But if it's not on the front, like, I don't know if I'm reading it correctly. It's so weird. Oh, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of one of those fairy shades. A little yellow, a little green. But we've talked about this before. I think shades like this are very tricky to get to be amazing. Because they're so light, I almost feel like it can get super patchy and just kind of grimy looking. Unfortunately, because it's, you know, it's such a magical fairy color that they're trying to achieve. And I feel like that type of color, it's like a fairy. We literally can't recreate it. It's like a fairy. Though I'll say this one's pretty close. This one's pretty good. It's one of the better ones I've seen just because of this fantastic formula. It's actually pretty good. Some of these, they have a rough time. I've pointed out ColourPop oftentimes. They try to do this shade and they just can't. They can't get it right. I do think it's a trickier shade to do. Okay, let me wet the brush. And often also with this type of shade, when you wet the brush, it gets a little murky. So we will see. Yeah, I feel like there's always a heavy amount of like a white powder in here, and it just does not respond well to moisture. But then when you don't get it wet, it doesn't really look that great. Yeah, see how it's bunching up? I said this. I literally said this before it happened. I don't know why, but for this type of like fairy shade, it gets tricky to make it show up magically. So it's okay. It's okay. Last shade of the palette, you guys. This is kind of like a light salmon, I think. I'm currently watching that Frenemies podcast with Trisha and Ethan, and I don't typically watch these people like literally ever, but I was watching Peter Mon, and he was talking about it like it was something crazy, so I went to watch it right now, and I'm like, oh, is this really like an hour and a half? Like, do I really have to watch this bullshit for that long? I mean, I don't have to, but like, I'm going to. I want to know what the deal is. But anyway, my point in saying all this is that Ethan guy scares me. I'd be so scared to talk to him. He scares the crap out of me. So there's that one. It's more subtle. It's definitely the very subtle one out of all the first few colors. And it does feel a little bit like a different formula. Well, not really. I guess because it's not as bold of a color. It seems different. I don't know. Not in a bad way. Just, you know, just talking to my friends here. Okay, so let me wet my brush. Why am I so dumb? Oh, because it's 10 o'clock and I'm tired. So I always get a little loopy. I'm not supposed to be filming so late. I told you guys this many times. I hate when I film late because then like after I go to bed and I wake up and I've had enough sleep and I edit the video, I'll be editing it and I'm like, oh my god, am I fucking high? Like I am saying the weirdest things. This is beautiful when it's wet. Oh my goodness. It's magical. Oh, I love this. It really, not only did it oomph up the color, but it oomphed up the beautiful shine of it, and it made it just wow. What a wow moment. So yeah, there is that. The last shade. I am so pleasantly surprised and excited by this palette. I really didn't want to love it because it is just all shimmer, and that really doesn't vibe with me. But gosh, were they special. They really are such special colors. All right, you guys, we're getting into the magnetic palettes. I know a lot of you purple lovers out there will love this palette, and I will actually say I'm excited about it. I am. I think the tones look just absolutely, like, inarguably beautiful. I really, really do. So let's go ahead and start off with this first one here. It looks kind of like one of those cool blue purples. Oh yeah! I don't know if the camera will pick up on it, but when I rub in it, that's strange. When I dip my brush into the palette, it looks really cool. It looks super blue. So let's get in here. It's very like jewelly. You know what I mean? Like jewels. Like quartzy. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the ColourPop like little crystal collection they did that one time. Or does it remind me of a Kathleen palette? I don't know what it reminds me of. It doesn't matter. It's stunning. This is one I think because it's a little more textured than the others. I think you're gonna have the best result with your finger on this one. Press that baby in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. It is one of the best kind of bluey purple duochrome shades I've seen. You guys, this formula, I'm really not trying to hype this up. Listen, you guys, and I have no affiliate codes, no affiliate links, no nothing with Rare Beauty. So please know I'm being so dead serious when I tell you this formula is out of this world. It is outstanding. Let's wet the brush. God, makeup makes me so damn happy. I'm just like beaming inside and out from this beautiful makeup. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And that wet brush transforms it. It takes away any of that gritty texture that might look a little crepey and gross and just makes it so soft and smooth and just... like angels are singing. It is so freaking beautiful, you guys. Okay, the next shade, which I believe is called Ignite. Looks like a yummy little kind of maroony cranberry. Not cranberry, no. Maroony. Doesn't matter. Oh, these colors are just so rich right away. They're beautiful. I think if you love a really chromy finish, like a really smooth metallic and not super chunky glittery, you would really, really enjoy these. And then on the opposite side, if you're not super into shimmers all the time, you know, maybe it's not for you because that's all it is. So it's actually very subtle with just a dry brush. There isn't a really high shine. Let's see if that changes. It definitely kicked it up a little bit. It made it a little more rich, a little more vibrant, and a little more metallic, but it's actually pretty soft. So it's kind of nice to see that in this palette. You do have a bit of a softer option, though it is a brighter color. Doesn't matter. There's that shade. The next shade, I believe, is Power, and it's the beautiful purple. It just looks so royal and so gorgeous. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's not even on my eye yet. And yes, yes. Selena said, listen, Rare Beauty is about to be tops. Do not formulate any shitty shadows for me. I want the best of the best for my fans and my customers, and I want them to feel amazing. So bring me the best metallic formula on this planet. And if it's not the best, you can go to HE double hockey stick. I believe that's what she said to her team, and they said, you know what? We absolutely will find you the best. And guess what? They found the best! It's so good! Look at that purple. It is, again, inky. I just want to keep saying inky. It's just pigment, pigment, pigment. And for these bright, powerful, metallic, gritty shades, very minimal fallout. Extremely minimal fallout. I'm so impressed. Let's wet the brush. I can't wait to see this one with a wet brush. I really wonder how it's gonna look. So far, I feel like this palette, though the colors are, I don't know how to compare, but I think this one has some more subtle shades in it as far as like the chrominess goes, which I think is nice. It's nice to have those two options. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This looks amazing. Amazing. Oh my freaking gosh. Do you see this? Like, hi, this is my eyeball, and that's a beautiful shade on my freaking eyeball. Unbelievable. Rare Beauty, you are knocking it out of the ballpark, like right off. I don't want to just keep addressing Selena because I want to talk to the brand as a whole brand. The brand is doing phenomenally. Phenomenally. I thought this was a weird choice for the first eyeshadow palette launch, and now that I'm trying them, I'm like, give me more. So they did it perfect. I want more. I want more. Not like this isn't enough. I want more like, I love this so much, please give me more, like keep it coming. All right, next shade, Clarity, I believe, and I'm gonna jump to this eye. So that is Clarity again with a dry brush, very subtle, very faint. I love this palette because though it is so rich, it's not as high shine chromy. Let's wet the brush. I'm having a hard time deciding like what would be my favorite out of the two palettes. I really am. Because though they're so similar, they're so different in so many ways. There's things I love in both of them. I would say I think the first one I did is my favorite. Those are really my types of colors. We've definitely seen some pearly shades like this before, but just speaking on this palette, it's really, really nice. So, yep. The next shade, I believe, again, if we're going in the right order, is Grounded. And this looks yummy, orangey, like mango, right? No. Is mango more yellow? I'm bad at fruits. I don't eat a lot of mango. I don't think I like mango. Do you know what I miss that I haven't had since I was like a child? Fruit cocktail. Like I haven't had like a good old can of fruit cocktail since I was like literally a child. I said it, a child. And I miss that. I miss fruit cocktail. But isn't that all just like a lot of preservatives and like a lot of sugar and syrup? Like it's probably not that good for you at all. But damn, when you were younger, that shit was fire. That stuff was so good. And then if you like would go to a friend's house and they had like nice parents with money and they would put like whipped cream on it, and it was the canister, it wasn't even like the tub that you would get on sale, it was like the and you'd be like, ah. Anyway, little flashback to my childhood. Yeah, do you notice the kind of, it's more subtle in this palette. It's not so high shine. And some of you might really like that. I think for me, I'm all about that high shine life though. I really am. Like go big or go home. But these are still beautiful, don't get me wrong. So now this is a wet brush. Oh my god, is anyone else's partners, or maybe you guys are even playing this Among Us game? Alok is so strict about bedtime, and he usually goes to bed most nights before I do because I edit during the night, because it takes me so damn long to film these Ice Watch videos. So anyway, he usually has a very strict bedtime. It's like 10 o'clock at the very latest is when he goes to bed, but he like passes out playing this Among Us game. I'm like, this is too much for me. It looks fun though, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like I've already given him so much shit about this game that I can't play it or else like, you know, I look like a punk because I gotta stand my ground on how dorky I think he is, but I'm also kind of like in the corner just like wishing I could play. I guess I'm a bully is what I'm getting to. No, I'm kidding. He gives me plenty of shit for staying up till 3 a.m. on Animal Crossing. And I've actually taken over his Nintendo Switch as well so I can play both of our accounts. Oh, I'm too invested in his Animal Crossing game and my own. Anyway, wow, what a rant. That is Grounded. It is a nice, bright, yeah, not orangey orange, it's a sweet orange for sure. It's really pretty. And the very last shade, which I believe is called Passion. Oh my god, look at it. It's so up my alley. It looks so kind of grungy and dingy. My favorite, but yet like smoky and sexy and amazing. And I've just, of course it was at the end of the palette, and this is the one color I've been dying to get into this entire video. Oh, yes. The somewhat gold and this brown blackish shade almost kind of makes like an olive. It is so gritty and fantastic. I'm really trying to think like between the two palettes, which one would I choose as a consumer? And again, you'll know best for yourself, you know, what colors you'll gravitate towards. But for me, it would be hard not to get this one with this amazing purple and this shade right here. I love this color so much. But yet also, my gosh, I can't stop thinking about that turquoise in the other palette. Are you seeing this? This is no Photoshop here, people. This is real life. It's straight up magic. Look at that. What is there to say? I can't. I have nothing to say. It's perfection. Let's wet the brush. And yeah, that just takes out a lot of the grittiness, makes it a little more smooth. But yet you kind of still get that textured look, which I love. I didn't want to lose it. Oh, and now it just, okay. Hot. Oh my freaking god. That is heaven. This is heaven to me. This is what I want. This is my eyeshadow. This is my eyeshadow, okay? It's me in an eyeshadow. It's everything I love. It is metallic. It's dark. It's smoky. It's unique. It looks wet. It looks like it's like black smudged liner with oil on top of it. It is so fabulous. I have no words. cards, and I would buy this palette just for that shadow, and I would nix this palette if I had to pick between the two, just because of how amazing this shadow is here. Bold statement, I know, but this palette can go, so I can have this one. If I had to choose between the two, which thank God I don't, because that would be impossible, because I love them so much. You guys, Rare Beauty, hats off to you. What a stellar first eyeshadow palette launch, and 2 of them. It's super exciting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see your guys' comments. I think you're going to love these shadows just as much as I do, and I'm just so excited to see what you guys have to say about it. I'm never gonna sleep tonight because now I really want to go edit this video because I want to see the colors on my film. I want to see it recorded, edited. Now I get to watch myself playing with it again, and I'm so excited about that. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. If these have launched, I will link them down below for you. And thank you guys for watching tonight. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!